everyone, we're ready to start Connections for today, which is, oh boy, it's Tuesday, August 15th. It's hard to keep track of the days over the summer. It's just like a blur. But yeah, and guess what, guys? As soon as I'm done with my connection solve, I will update you with the results, which will take us up to, I think it was, oh goodness, what was it? It was something, okay? It was something. So don't worry. We'll figure it out soon enough. Let's hit the play button and let's see what we're going to have for today. Juice, gas, Saturn, plasma, water, circus, fire, vigor. Okay, good. The screen looks good. Tree, steam, solid, air, earth, liquid, spirit, wedding. That's funny. I could have sworn we had these. I can see this immediately. We had these, whatchamacallits. What do you call them? Phases of matter. I could have sworn we had that earlier. You can guys let me know if I'm wrong, but it would be gas, plasma, solid, and liquid. Those are the four fundamental phases of matter. Phases of matter? Perfect. States of matter. Yeah, I swear we've literally had that exact same category. Now, actually very similar to that, I see what you call, I think, the classic elements, the ones that were, I think, conceived by Aristotle. They thought that the universe was basically composed of our Earth, the air, the water, and fire. Okay, that looks good. Let's say classic elements. Holy smokes, I got the exact category. That's hilarious. Saturn has rings. Trees have rings. I guess you could say they call it a 3-ring circus. And I guess you give a ring at a wedding. Okay, so this is very important, guys. A little strategy, it's kind of obvious. Before you commit to that, when you're on your last two categories, double check that the final one that's not clicked would make sense, right? And then you can prevent making a mistake. Juice, vigor, steam, and spirit. Yeah, that's obvious. Those are all just words for energy. Or, I don't know about steroids. Juice is steroids, but I would just say words for energy. But here we're going to just say words with rings or things with rings. Pow! Okay. Don't worry, guys. I didn't forget about my pow. And then this is just words for energy. Pow! I think I nailed every single one of those categories, almost verbatim. That was awesome. Sadly, we did not get them in the correct difficulty order. I think for next month, guys, I might assign an extra bonus point for that. I know it's a bit gimmicky, but it is very cool when you get them in the exact difficulty order. If I had been trying to do that, I don't think I would have made it because I would have thought that the classic elements would have been green. That just seems a little bit easier than the energy. I definitely would have saved rings for last, for sure. That definitely seems the hardest. Okay. Well, that's pretty fast, right, guys? Whew, that was pretty darn fast, and I like it. I'll take the 5. I think everybody's going to do great on that one. You know why this was easy, guys? Because there was no overlapping categories. There was no odd man out, no fifth wheel, no red herring. Then the connections is actually pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at the results, and I think we can just go like this. Okay. All right, but we'll have to just move in a little bit so I can read it off. Aranye continues to dominate. He's got this wrapped up, guys. I mean, even though Jason's only 4 points behind, I just feel like we're already halfway through the month, basically. I think he's got this wrapped up. We're going to have to give Aranye a handicap next month. We'll have to give him some sort of a handicap because he's just too damn strong. Jason has a 60. So does Martin Steed. These are also extremely strong players. Zep Girl with a 59. Salad Von Baco, 56. Me, Rise to the Equation, 55. Cable Wire, 53. Brandon Baker, 52. Viking, 67. 51. Melanie Lee. Yes, finally I said your name perfectly. With a solid 50. Wow. I mean, anybody I think in the 50s right now has definitely still got a chance for top 3, top 5. Pat Merkland with a 50. Ellen Sassani with a 49. Michelle Lamb, 48. Randy M, 47. Edward Collins moving up the ladder, and he's in the tier 1 category. Great job, Edward. I've noticed that you struggled in the beginning, and look at these amazing scores you've garnered. Congratulations. With a 46 for Edward. Geraldo, 45. 43s for both our good friend Ascension and T. Clark. Great job, guys. So, this is the first half of the players, so tier 1. Nice work. Let's just scroll up, and let's see who is in the second tier. Okay. It's going to be D-Bone Capone with a 42 and Dora A with a 42. Cheryl Pheasant in 40. and then a huge gap of 8 points, right? So these guys are going to have their work cut out for them to try to get into that top tier in the first half. But we've got G3 Holiday, 32, Joe, 29. Oh, by the way, I'd like to welcome a new participant. He or she, I'm not sure. Maybe by the profile, it could be a she, but we'll just say Advanced for now. Advanced 495 asked if it would be okay to provide their results so far, and I said sure. I don't mind putting them in. It only takes a few seconds. And welcome aboard, Advanced 495. This is how we make the channel grow, guys. We have fun together. We have these awesome competitions month by month. That's what I'm looking for, right? To just help get this channel to grow a little bit faster. And then I will be happy to do all sorts of crazy tournaments to keep us entertained. And Connections is the way to go. Okay, I have sort of reached my limit with Wordle. It sort of lost a little bit of its interest. This Connections thing, I could easily see myself staying addicted to for possibly years to come. And remember, guys, can you believe it? We're still only in the beta version. They may have some interesting tweaks in store for when it goes, into full-blown non-beta mode, whatever you call that. So where did I leave off? Okay, so Advanced 495, again, welcome. We really are happy to have you join. And you're off to a very good start. So keep up the great work. GeoHuman, 28. BMS Houston, 25. Crispy P, I don't know if he's still playing. Connor Clark is definitely playing. And he's got a lot of grit. I really love this guy. He's got a 19. I know he struggles at times, but you know what? It's all about the attitude, right, guys? It's all about the attitude. You just never know when you might have that streak of a whole week or two where you just crush these things. Bonehead, I think, has fallen off. But he's at 18. Our great friend Mata Muertes is playing. He's at a 16. Stacy P, I think, fell off. Ella Enchanted fell off. We miss you so much, Ella Enchanted. I mean, that is the best name ever. Just for that alone, please come back. For Shaken, I think he comes in sporadically. He has a 12. App Guy is definitely playing, and I appreciate the effort with App Guy at a 9. Memphis Muir, Robert House, Aldouter, all I think have dropped off. Guys, once again, please do not drop off and hide from the results. This Connections game is basically trivia, okay, and looking for patterns. Just like when we had the Wordle tournaments, I never would think less or even more of you if you would either do great or not so great during the competitions. The same is true for Connections. This is just fun. It's just fun. So don't feel bad about sharing your results. I got quite a few zeros before we started the competition. I've gotten a lot better because I'm more focused during the competition. It brings out the best in us. But even I got a 0, okay, not too long ago. So don't be ashamed. Put your results in. Nobody will think any less or any more of you. And by the way, I have to say the most points should go to Melanie Lee because she has incredible honesty. She admitted that she screwed up a category, would have gotten a higher score. Completely honest. I love that. I almost feel like giving her a 100-point bonus just for being honest, because ultimately that's what we can only count on, right, guys? Is we have to be honest when we play this game. We promise that we never, under any circumstances, look at the words in advance. And while we're playing the game, we absolutely do not go to Google or any other devices. Even Doug, by the way, used to get a lifeline from Cassandra Hammerstone, and I think he has. I think he's abandoned that practice. Okay, so it's just Doug versus Connections. That's the way it's got to be, guys. So never look up anything on the Google or the internet or anything like that. And I would also like to say, try to avoid writing them down. You have to just look at them, and it has to sort of be a visual, mental process. Writing them down really helps to organize them much more, so that they're into discrete groups. I would prefer to avoid that. I can't check any of this. All of this is based on the honor system, guys. But I do have a sense that we're all playing fairly, and we have some amazing players. And those who are in that second tier, don't give up. Look at Edward Collins. He's a perfect example. Started off with a bunch of zeros, and now look at the guy. He's like a runaway train. I predict that within a few more rounds of Connections, he's going to be in the top tier group. This is incredibly fun, guys. You have no idea how much I look forward to doing the solve with you guys live each day and collating the results. We still have 2 more weeks to go, so it's anybody's game after Aranye. Okay, the guy is unbreakable. Honestly, I don't know why we haven't seen this guy. Maybe we just don't know his name or whatever. This guy has to go on to a quiz show. He has to go on to, I don't know, Jeopardy, or do they still have Wheel of Fortune? Hey, the guy is brilliant. He's got to do something like that. And because sadly, guys, I don't think you're going to make much money on my competition. I know it's fun, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be putting out cash awards. But geez, Aranye, put that talent to use, my friend. Okay. All right, guys. Well, with that in mind, yes, we'll see each other for another round of connections. Mañana!